Probably, I probably try and do too much. That's my problem. Like
Yeah.
I'm in that mindset there. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And then like I say yes, say yes, say yes. And I'm like, oh my god, I've got no time to do most
Now
of
I'm
them. So
overwhelmed.
yeah, I guess that's my problem. Like it just it's hard to try and. Yeah, well, I don't like saying no, but I should really, like,
Yeah.
I would love to, but unfortunately, I've got no time at the moment. It's what,
Yeah, you need to learn the power of the no. So, yeah, the first question is just who in your life gave you the permission or made it feel safe for you to express yourself through your creativity and through your art?
I guess when I was really young, it's definitely my family. Remember, like granddad was quite. He wasn't pushing, but he was always get me to do like drawing competitions in Thailand, and he always made sure that I do everything right. I guess granddad he was hard back then, but looking on it now, when I'm a lot older, he was actually just trying to make me a better artist. But now is I guess it's my mum when I was like, when I went to high school. I guess now she's hairdresser, so hairdressing I guess is kind of like an art in a way. So she was like, just let me do whatever I like, as long as I enjoy what I'm doing and I'm having fun. She will let me do it. I guess then it was my partner to let me do, and obviously like to pursue a career in the arts is quite tricky.
Yeah.
But I was lucky enough to got a job with a workshop, so I was able to turn my passion into a career. But now I guess it's having my little baby girl Rose is the next level of that's driving me to really kind of like trying to pass on knowledge of crafting to the younger generation. These guys here, they have so much technology, thrust upon them, and they got the 3D printers, they got laser cutters, they got Photoshop. I'm just trying to show them that you can make cool things out of basic cardboard. Just take it back to basic. Don't get so caught up with being perfect all the time. Play and learn how to make mistakes. So I guess that's where I am right now. What's driving me right now is to obviously teach the next generation and get them to have as much fun as I do.
Yeah. And I mean, you're perfectly placed to do that, right? Because you can basically make these beautiful costumes out of nothing. Like it's just, so that's good. She's got a great role model.
Yeah, she's hopefully she'll pick it up. Hopefully.
Yeah. Although it's like it's hard to understand why she wouldn't, because she's going to be surrounded. I mean, even looking behind you there, you've got all the creative expression right there. So it's going to be hard for her not to when she's old enough, I guess.
Yeah.
What was your first memory of creative expression? Like, when was the first time you actually put your hands on something and made something and said, "Oh, I did that"?
Back in Thailand, we lived next to a creek. I remember, going for a swim and getting clay out off the side of the creek, and I used to make little buffalo out of them, and
Oh, really?
those kind of stuff. Stuff the kids do that live in the country in Thailand. They make a little buffalo, make a little dragon, and then we used to put them in the fire to obviously to make them harden, and then we used them as target practice for a slingshot afterwards. So yes, I remember that. But that's my first time. I remember making stuff. Obviously, then moved on to Play-Doh when I was a lot older. Mum used to buy me a lot of Play-Doh, and I used to make action figures with them. And Mum never bought me like new toys. I used to get like hand-me-down toys, and some of the action figures would be missing an arm or missing a leg. So I used to use my Play-Doh to fill up the gaps. So so I remember that doing it when I was quite young.
It's always been in you, Senate, always.
Yeah, always there.
Yeah. And how did that become something from that first creative expression? How did it become something you were really passionate about?
I guess I just really enjoy making things with my hands. Just the act of getting that whole saying, getting down and dirty. I really enjoy getting my hand messy and just get amongst it. I don't like to be too precious with myself. I just like to just immerse myself in and just go for it.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people tend to feel quite overwhelmed when they start art something, they feel like what they have in their head, they want to come
Mm.
out straight away.
Yeah, so sometimes it's harder when you have expectation of what it should look like, and when you
Yeah.
make it, it doesn't look the same. But like as I said, like I go back to my costume making and my prop making. You might see. Let's see if I can point to it. Yeah, is this one here? That's my first helmet ever.
Yep.
You know,
Oh well.
and for me, like I always keep it because it's always nice to go back. Like every time you make something new, you go back and see how far you come. So
Mm-hmm.
when someone new, if you're new to sculpting, if you make something that you can keep, keep the little sculpture, so you can look back and see, every year, every month, every project, see how far you progress,
Yeah.
and it's quite a cool
Yeah.
feeling.
I once made a Buddha face with Kim, and she was standing
Yeah,
right next to me telling me how to do everything. And I
yeah,
remember thinking, you have to remember this, and I've never attempted to do one again, but I really want to. And I've been feeling the
mm,
urge more and more. And
yeah,
having these interviews with people, I'm like, why am I not just doing it? So what if it's ugly? So
yeah.
what? You know? Um, what does the purpose of creating mean to you? Like, what is the purpose behind it for you?
No, for me, it's just there's no purpose of winning. It's just something I just do. Every day I have to make something. I have to draw something. It just. I guess it's just me. Something that I kind of grew up with. Being young, if there's a piece of paper and a pen next to me, I'll draw. You know,
Hmm.
and Sam now I've got an iPad at home and I'll use it every day, non-stop. During my lunch break at work, I'll be drawing. Or
Hmm.
during lunch break at work, I'll be making something for my costume. I guess I just like I just like being busy. You know,
Yeah.
I'm an active like relaxer or active rester. What it is,
Yeah.
I that's just me. I mean, like obviously I can lie down, relax, watch TV too, but I prefer to be drawing or making
Doing.
in my
Yeah.
free time. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's when you get into that, when you're truly good at something or when you're truly passionate about something, it feels
Mm,
like you can't not do it. It's like something
mm.
innately in you that you need to pick
Yeah,
up that
yeah,
Wacom
you
tab or
feel
whatever
guilt.
it is. You need to
Yeah,
make something. Yeah.
yeah, you feel guilty not doing it. Like when
Yeah.
I had surgery a few months ago, and my
Oh.
mind was like, okay, I've got 2 weeks off work. I can do so much drawing. I can do so much making. My mind was there, but the body wasn't quite up to it. So
Mm.
I guess
Oh, that must
that's
have been
probably
super frustrating for you.
yeah. It was. Oh my god, it was so frustrating. It's like, I want to do this, but I
Check
remember
all these
like
things.
I know after the first week I came down here and I was like, okay, let's make stuff. And I think I lasted half an hour. And I was like, okay, I'm tired. I have to go home and sleep. So, so
Yeah.
I guess yeah, that's where I had to kind of draw the line. Okay, you have to say no
Time to
until
rest.
yeah,
Time to Netflix.
yeah,
um how so I guess the next question is really moot because you've kind of answered it. It was, how do you remain connected to your art on a daily or weekly basis? Well, you've just told me you can't stop doing it unless you're like,
yeah,
literally, my body literally
yeah,
can't do it.
yeah, yeah.
so
I guess
so
it's like
that's great.
yeah. My issue is I got too many ideas. I'm the kind of
Mm,
person I guess that have the massive FOMO with it. I see someone do something cool, I want to try it too. It's always been my thing
yeah.
when I was really young. I see someone drawing something, and I say, "Oh, that look cool. I want to give that a go." When I
Yeah.
used to play sports, see someone playing sports, I want to try that sports out myself too. I guess is
Hmm.
I want to live life to the fullest. I guess I don't want to feel like I'm missing out. I want to just try everything.
We hope you're enjoying these talks and chats centered around the inner life of an artist. These are the kind of interviews and discussions we'll be having inside our Artful Awareness portal. You can check out that in the link below. If you want to ignite, elevate, or explode your creativity, then we'd love to see you there. And if you have any questions, thoughts, or comments about today's interview, then pop them in the comments below and we'll get back to you. Enjoy the rest of the interview. How do you remain disciplined when it comes to creation and what keeps you going? Again, I think that's you've kind of answered that. It's like
Uh,
you just you just are
I guess
disciplined. You just
I
love it.
guess
Mm.
yeah. I guess by having a deadline is really good. Obviously,
Hmm.
when I go to convention, having a hard deadline. Look, I must get this costume done at this date, so I can take some photos and I can pack it and I can
Yeah.
go. So,
Yeah.
so that's probably a big driver by having a convention, an event, or a market that I'm
Mm,
going to go to. That's I mean, like otherwise I'll just keep on. I was keep on playing with it because like most of the time when I make something, it's my own design. So I'm the
yeah.
I'm like the last person to say yes or no to. So having that hard
Yeah, yeah.
deadline is really important.
Do you ever get anyone stopping you at customs and being like, "What is that in your suitcase?"
I
Have you
had
ever
that
had that?
had it on the way back from one convention. So my costume went through the scanner, and the guy said,
What
"Is
was
it a
that?
Halo? Is it a Halo helmet?" I said, "Yeah, it is." I said, oh, "Can I have a look at it?" Obviously, he was
Oh,
a fan of
really?
Halo. So, I said, "Go,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
go for it, man." So he opened it
Go
up. I said,
ahead.
"Oh, he had the helmet on." So he had the gun out. It's not real, right? No, it's only foam.
Yeah,
You're
no,
good.
it's
You're good.
fake.
Yeah, it's fake. So that was the only time that my bag actively got searched, but because he wanted to see what's in it. So it
Oh, that's
wasn't too
funny.
bad.
I can
Mm.
just imagine him with the helmet on. That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you have any rituals around making art? Like before you're creating, do you listen to like heavy metal, or is there something you need to do to get into the zone, or does it just kind of like happen?
Um. Obviously, like I had an art exhibition about I think it's about 11 years ago now, and this is before I worked with her. I had a
Mm,
printmaking exhibition, and I used to watch the making of when you buy a DVD box set. Back then, you used to buy a box set.
yeah.
I used to watch all the behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and I had that playing for 3 months straight every night, just while I'm crafting. I
Yeah.
guess
Wow.
my biggest routine is when I'm making stuff. Well, sometimes I listen to music. I do that, but I do enjoy watching YouTube video of people crafting because
Mm-hmm.
I find the way people talk about crafting about the art is almost like meditation. So
Yeah.
I hear the way people talk about making stuff, it get me into the right mode or the right mood to make stuff myself as well.
Yeah. I remember. I might have told you this before. I don't know, but I remember when my husband and I, before we moved to Wellington, we
Yeah,
had the box set of the Lord of the Rings, all the Lord of the
mhm.
Rings, and we
Yeah,
used to watch the behind the scenes with Richard Taylor and stuff. And then I
yeah,
remember when we met Kim and we got invited, we didn't actually know her very well, but we got invited to
yeah,
her wedding because
yeah,
my brother in law works at Weta. And
yeah,
we walked into the room and Richard Taylor was standing there because he was Warren's best man. And it was
yeah,
so weird because I was like, but he's from the TV. It's like he's like, I remember watching hours of like behind the scenes footage and he was there and now he's right standing right
yeah,
there. It was so
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, I
Very
got that
weird.
quite often. Also, I was a big fan of Weather Workshop. So, and then
Yeah.
like when I finally got to work there, it was quite weird to meet people that I see on DVD. Like, I met Jamie
Yeah.
Biswarwick. Jamie's on there
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
a bit. Then like
Mm-hmm.
obviously met Richard and just all other guys. So it was really cool. It was pretty cool,
Yeah.
and they all super nice, super humble people as well, which make it well, a lot more special. Because you always
Yeah.
also you see them on the DVD and you put them up on the pedestal and you're not quite sure how to talk to them, how to approach them, but
Yeah.
after a while we just realize they're just like us, just
They're just
but
people.
but just extremely talented, which is really cool.
People, yeah. People that you
Yeah,
can learn from.
yeah.
Yeah. What legacy, like this might have changed since you've had a child, but what legacy
Yeah.
do you wish to leave behind when it comes to your art?
I see a legacy that I've I've passed on the knowledge to the next generation. That
Hmm.
I'm someone who don't hold a secret. I like to share the secret that I know. I guess that'll be
Yeah,
quite cool, and definitely someone who kind of like brought back the old school crafting, to younger generation. That'd be quite cool
that's
to hear.
nice. Yeah. Do you do classes at Weta with cosplay stuff
Um,
or?
I've been volunteering at a place called Vavita. They kind of like they teach young kids how to do obviously like handcrafting, but they do like
Mm.
animatronics as well. They do
Oh, brilliant.
they make a go kart last year, so it's quite cool.
Oh,
So I've been
wow.
going there quite often.
Hmm.
Also been teaching at a drama school called Toy Vicardi for the last 5 years as well. So I'll go in
Mm.
for like a 2 week stint twice a year and teach the costumes and the sets and props class. So it's been good.
Nice.
It's been a lot of fun teaching. I really
Yeah.
enjoy seeing students who might struggle from the beginning, but as the course go on, they start to have the little light bulb moment, and that's just yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's such a joy to see, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
lovely. And what are your core beliefs around creativity,
Just
if
have
you
fun.
have some?
That's
Have
easy.
fun.
If you enjoy it, you have fun. You will just keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, and what gives you the self belief to keep creating? Like, I know obviously you're teaching it and things like that, so
yeah,
that must give you a lot of self belief. But what else gives you
yeah.
self belief?
I guess that's the big reason why I started social media in the first place is to get feedback from people. You know,
Hmm.
and every time I post something up, I know there'll be a core group of guys that I really respect, and they will give me feedback. And obviously, just that. I mean, like, go to conventions and see people, see the
Mm.
face of people who enjoy.
Um, what or who continues to keep you inspired? Is there any people or books or
I guess it's hard. I, mean, I can't really pick up names. Obviously, like working with Richard is super inspirational. How he works and how he go
mm,
on about stuff. But I mean, like, I guess all my cosplay friends that I follow, just seeing their posts, it's almost that thing. Like it's almost like every time they do something well, it kind of make me want to get to the same level as they do. So we kind of like help push each other to get better. And obviously, as I said, having Rose now is really put me in a path where she want me to kind of like push me to like teach more, push me to like just keep this crafting thing more. I guess she's probably the big inspiration now that doing this for her generation and for her so she can get older, she can
mm,
hopefully pick up the spicy Thai brand and keep it going. Maybe we'll see.
where do your ideas come from? I guess that's the same kind of question about who inspires you and what inspires you.
Like I
But
mean, like
where do you, like,
obviously,
I know
like
you said you've got so many ideas.
I mean, like obviously movies and books. Mostly comic books. I don't really read books per se. I love watching cartoons. I love watching movies, and every time I watch a movie, I get that also. Ooh, I love to make that. Like you watch
Mm-hmm.
something cooler. Ooh, I love to make that. I guess it comes from that. A lot of my ideas come from the past movies that I watch. Um, come from I have so many books here next to me. I collect all the art of books of all the movies that I
Mm-hmm.
like, all the games that I like. I'll flip through them, and every time I make costume, they have a specific genre that I need. I normally go through the books first and see what I like, and I
What
will do
jumps
like
out?
more,
Mm,
yeah, but this, but this, but that, and put them together, and I'll get a costume pretty much.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice. So lots of inspiring places.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
can you just suggest three things to anyone who's listening that's maybe struggling to connect with their creativity on some level, or just needs maybe some inspiration or motivation to get started on their creative journey, or get back
yeah,
into it if they've
yeah.
fallen away?
I mean, like one, there's no pressure. You
Mm,
don't have to do it. Do it because you want to do it.
yeah,
So many people that I met at a convention, they come to me, oh, I'm so sorry, I haven't done much crafting this year. I said, don't be sorry. You do it when you're ready. You know, every time you're trying to force something, you're trying to force art, it never works. Do
yeah,
it when you're ready to do it. Do it when you feel comfortable. And I say, when you are ready to do it, just start small. If
yeah,
just start with pen and paper or with sculpting, just sculpt something small. If you have a birthday for someone coming up, just do them a little sculpture for the present, something small, something tiny, something that means something to you. You know, as like something small. And then like because when you try and go too big, you try and do a beautiful masterpiece. That's when you're gonna like you're
yeah,
gonna give yourself a fright and you're just gonna make yourself fail. If you start small, something simple and small, and do it because you want to do it. Yeah,
yeah,
same with me. With like when someone asks me, but I want to make this costume, but I can't get my brain around it. I say, look, just break up the costume to different piece. Okay, so give
yeah,
yourself 4 or 5 months to make a costume. Okay, I'm going to start with the shoes. So you give yourself the first 2 3 weeks to make the shoes. Then the next week on this other part. So if you break up whatever you want to do, give yourself a rough timeline. Us artists don't like to stick to timelines. Give yourself a rough
yeah,
timeline that you want to hit. And then you have little small little goals that you can hit and have a little celebration dance. Yeah, I've done this. Then off to the next goal, next goal, next goal, next goal, and then you're finished.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And I think that's when I think about what you just said there. it kind of makes sense then why I love working with
Yeah.
Peltaya, because you can just put the
Yeah,
scratch coat
man.
on and then you can go back to it at any point and just add little
Yep.
bits in at a time. You don't need to do
Yep.
everything all at once, and that's the
Or
beauty of it, I
you
guess.
leave for the
Because with
whole year
other
if you want.
mediums,
Leave for the whole
it's
year and come back to it. It's
yeah,
so good.
yeah. It's quite So you can do it in those little
Yep.
sections. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you so
That's all
much.
right.
That's been yeah, really lovely. And we'd probably want to do like longer
Yeah.
interviews with people and maybe look around their
Yeah,
studios and
that's all
things
good.
like that. So if you'd be up for that, I'd love to tap you up for that.
Sure. Anytime. Anytime.
Yeah, but thank you. And hold up your book if you've got a copy of it so that people can see it. Oh wow.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Cosplay for
so
you. I love
still
it.
can't believe that
I love the
I've got
cover.
a book out there. It's still actually that's my second book actually. Believe it or not.
Is
I
it?
did a book.
How have I missed your book?
I did one a long time ago. It was a colour in book. A long time
Oh wow.
ago.
I didn't know
Yeah, it
that.
was like
Oh wow, there you go.
yeah. So technically, that's my
Fantastic.
second book technically, but
Yeah, I think it's nice because COVID actually really, I watched so many people, through my
Mm,
social media community decide to leave their jobs after they were
yeah.
forced to, and a lot of
Mm,
them have created businesses for themselves, and that's
yeah.
amazing.